Welcome to the Condi Mathias presentation on the magic steps to business growth, presented by myself, John Hillier, the Managing Director of Condi Mathias. So here's what we're going to cover today. But beforehand, I'd just like to say a word about the biggest problem that I see in small business today, which is FTI. So what does FTI mean? Well, it means a failure to implement. So if you don't write down your actions, you won't remember them. Just as if you don't write down your business goals for the next year, you'll be far less likely to achieve them. The aim of this session is to look at how to avoid FTI. So we'll cover how to avoid going insane in business and how to develop a roadmap for your business. Then I'll share with you the concept of a business dashboard, and then we'll get into the magic steps to grow your business, which can expand into thousands of different ways. And then it's accountability time, when you have to decide what action you're going to take as a result of watching this video. Well, we all know this chap, Albert Einstein. And he said, insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, but expecting different results. We all know this, right? So what do we have to do to get different results? Well, we have 4 choices. We can do nothing. So that was a nice session. Yes, I know I should probably do something differently, but I don't like change. It all seems too hard. I'm okay as I am. Retreat. I go back into my business and try a couple of things. I don't have the support of someone to help me. I have a couple of bad days, so I retreat. Take normal amounts of action. So I do a few easier things here and there, and I get a few instant results, some quick cash flow improvement, but I haven't really fundamentally changed my business. So those quick wins evaporate just as quickly, along with the quick cash. Alternatively, we can take a massive amount of action. So I want to fundamentally change my business because the business is here to serve me and not the other way around. So how does the old saying go? If you do what you've always done, you'll get what you've always got. Does that really hold true today? Well, I know of other business owners who are lifting their game, improving their marketing, getting better at selling, and building an effective online presence. Technology in the cloud are driving worldwide competition and is starting to put a downward pressure on prices and margin. So let's look at a few examples of businesses like that. Airbnb. Most of us have booked a room using Airbnb. It's one of the most popular ways to book accommodation, and it has truly disrupted the industry. Its latest valuation is $113 billion, when it owns no hotels. The founders started the company after renting out their airbeds in their living room because all the city's hotels were full. And the rest is history. The point is that Airbnb is just a booking platform. Alibaba. This is the world's biggest business-to-business and consumer online retail platform. It has surpassed Walmart as the world's largest retailer, and yet doesn't have any physical stores. Uber. We've all driven in an Uber taxi, but Uber owns no taxis. The business is worth in excess of $90 billion. They joined geomapping with a smart booking platform. Ask a standard taxi driver how they feel about Uber, and you won't get a great response. They are very controversial, yet they forced positive change in the taxi industry. And of course, we have Facebook. They built a business where you provide the content and then they make considerable amounts from your data and by marketing to you. And your actions help them achieve this, but you don't get paid. So I hope you agree that to get a different result in your business, you have to make some changes. But change isn't easy. We all know that. So let's look at the 5 A's of change. Awareness. I know if I don't do this, make the changes in my business that I need to, the business will be impacted and my profit will drop. Acceptance. I accept that for me to grow my business, I must free up my time and empower my team. Action. The action I will take is to get my business plan in order so I can keep on track this year. Accountability. I need someone independent to hold me to account, or this just won't happen. Acknowledgement. I have some bad habits to break, don't we all? I need to give myself and my team positive reinforcement when the changes are actioned. So now let's look at your business roadmap. If you want to get to London, which direction do you travel? How on earth can you answer that unless you know where you are now? That's your starting point, point A. So what does point A look like in your business now? For example, if you have an overdraft of £50,000 now, and you want to move to having £50,000 in the bank in 12 months' time, your journey from A to B is to increase cash flow by £100,000. So you have to ask yourself, what is it that you want to achieve this year? And remember, your business is there to serve you, not the other way around. What do you want to have? Think about your ideal hours of work, holidays, and cash flow. Now consider how many hours you currently work, how many holidays you've taken in the last year, and how much profit you're making. You need to know this before you can develop your roadmap to where you want to be. So now you have, or you know where you want, what you want to have, you need to develop your one-page business plan. Now, this isn't the 30-page plan you may have given to the bank manager once when you needed a loan, or the thing you wrote when you first started the business and is now gathering dust in a filing cabinet somewhere. Your business plan can be on just one page and needs to cover your core purpose, your target customers, the numbers you need to achieve to get what you want, more about this soon, the main projects you need to put in place to achieve what you want, the individual actions you need to take to get each project across the line, who's doing what and when. Who's the best person to help you create your business plan and make sure you do what you said you'd do as a result of that plan? Well, that person simply must be independent, and they must hold you accountable to the plan. So they'll work with you if you don't achieve your goals, as opposed to giving you the there, dear, it's okay line. That's soft coaching, and it just doesn't work. So your budget, what numbers do you need to achieve to get what you want? Start with what you want to have and then build from there. We recommend a high-level, top-down budget. This turns the profit and loss account on its head, and it starts with the profit that you want to earn to give you the lifestyle you want. You then work down the page to calculate what revenue your business needs to generate to give you that profit. Of course, it needs to be developed in more detail and broken down into monthly targets. But our most successful clients do a month-by-month forecast every year. And for those of you that do monthly forecasts, how do you feel once you've done that? Our clients say that they feel more focused and confident about their businesses and relieved that they are in control of their cash flow. In time, you should be able to do this yourself, but of course, we can help you if you want and teach you how. So now you know where you're going and what you want to achieve. You have to set up your business dashboard. And what is meant by a business dashboard? Well, a good analogy is the dashboard on your car. It tells you how fast or slow you're going, whether you have enough fuel, oil, and water. It gives an indication about whether you'll make it to your destination. It's just the same in business. The things on your business dashboard are referred to in accountancy speak as KPIs, or key performance indicators. Essentially, they are just a small number of things that will tell you if you're on or off track in relation to your plan. So you need to consider what are the 4 or 5 most important measures that you should have on your dashboard. And these, of course, will be a little different in each business. So, for example, if you're a manufacturer, the KPIs might be gross profit percentage, cost of rework, work in progress days, debtor days. If you're a retailer, they might be sales, gross profit percentage, average client spend, transaction frequency. Whatever the top 4 or 5 are for you, they must be captured and reported on a regular basis. It's important to focus on this small number of KPIs, as these will drive the most improvements in your business. Remember, I mentioned earlier about having someone to hold you accountable for what you've committed to do. What are the consequences for you if you don't do what you say you'll do? Do you have a soft or a hard coach? Now, if you think about when you were at school and had homework to do, if you had a deadline, were you more likely to do it? What happened at school if you didn't do your homework? Well, of course, there were consequences, of course, like detention and such like. So why do we believe things should be any different in business? And remember, the 5 A's of change we spoke about at the beginning. One of them was accountability. You simply must have someone hold you accountable to your actions, or they'll just be like doing optional homework and they won't get done. This person must be independent. Do you think having your spouse as a coach will work? I certainly don't recommend it. Having your spouse as a coach usually doesn't work at all. Firstly, it's normally too soft. Your partner is there to cherish and support you. Secondly, your personal relationship can be at stake. It's generally a lose-lose. So if your business is the vehicle that delivers to you what you want in your life, here are my top 4 things you need to do to make sure you get to your destination. Set an annual plan. Set an annual budget. Set and measure your 4 or 5 most important KPIs. Have someone independent hold you accountable to your plan. Now, we at Condé Matthias have a business plan for our firm. We do practice what we preach. It guides us each week. We update it every quarter, and it doesn't sit in the bottom drawer. And we do have someone independent outside the firm hold us accountable to it. So we do walk the walk here. Okay, so now you know it's best practice to have a plan, set some KPIs, have an independent coach. What are the 7 ways to grow your business? Well, the first way to grow your business is to increase your customer retention rate. It's much cheaper to make sales to existing customers. In fact, statistics show that it's 6 times easier and cheaper to make sales to existing customers than it is to new customers. So what are you doing to delight your customers and make them want to return to you? Do you know what your customers want? What is your current customer communication strategy? You need to be following the FGG principle, which is find out what they want, go get it, and give it to them. Some customer retention strategies might be a customer loyalty program, a customer survey, following up with customers after they've made a purchase, or social activities. The second way to grow your business is to generate more leads. Do you know the difference between a suspect, a lead, a prospect, a customer, a loyal customer, and a raving advocate? Well, the marketing funnel shown begins with someone who is in our target market, but hasn't yet responded to any of our marketing. When that person responds to a marketing or makes an inquiry, they become a lead. It's important to follow your leads up and give them an opportunity to buy, moving them from being leads to being prospects. At this point, we move from the lead generation phase to the sales phase, and our prospects become our likely customers. After a single purchase, they become our customers. And after repeated purchases, they become our loyal customers. Finally, we want to get our loyal customers to become raving advocates who tell everyone about their experience with us and generate referrals. Do you have a customer relationship management, CRM system? Is it up to date? How do you keep track of your leads to ensure they are followed up? Who is your target market? Where are they in the highest numbers? You need to understand all this in order to tailor your marketing to the right people. So some lead generation strategies might be attending events, networking, newsletters, strategic alliances, websites, blogs, and open days. The third way to grow your business is to increase your conversion rate. Are you measuring your success at converting leads, quotes, and proposals to sales? Do you regularly review why you aren't converting more of them? Are there standout performers in your team who have a higher than average conversion rate? Or are you using the right people in the sales process? When you deal with customers, are you dealing with the decision makers? Don't deal with gatekeepers who'll put you off. Try to get straight to the people who can make things happen. Your conversion rate might be sales made as a percentage of proposals delivered or sales meetings held. If you're not measuring these, you should start right now. So here's some suggested strategies for conversion strategies. Using a follow-up system, offering guarantees, sales training to your team, and offering proposals with options to customers, the choice of yeses. The fourth way to grow your business is to increase transaction frequency. As I said earlier, it's much harder to sell to new customers than it is to sell to existing customers. It makes sense then to encourage existing customers to buy more from you more often. Transaction frequency strategies might be newsletters, special offers, loyalty events, reminders, and introducing VIP and membership card schemes. The fifth way to grow your business is to increase transaction value. Now, this doesn't necessarily mean increasing your prices. It's asking the question, how can you add more value to your customers? Do you give them a range of options? Do you make it clear what you're offering? And don't assume that they already know. You have to ask them. Follow the "would you like fries with that" concept. Try to adapt this to your business. Some increasing transaction value strategies might be 4 for the price of 3, discounts for add-on sales, upselling, and proposals with options, the choice of yeses again. And you mustn't ever offer discounts unless the customer has purchased an add-on and gives you the ability to offer a discount. The sixth way to grow your business is to reduce your variable costs. These are the costs which increase as sales increase. So variable cost reduction strategies might be improving terms with suppliers, getting early payment discounts, reducing rework or wastage costs, putting better systems in place, and recording time and materials usage better. Lastly, the final way to grow your business is to reduce overheads. These are your fixed costs, for example, phone, power, bank interest, and so forth. How often do you review your overheads? It should be done annually. Go through your annual financial statements or your zero reports and look at all your overheads. And you've got to look at them objectively and look for savings that can be made. So some ways to do this might be list all accounts payable and review all the terms annually. Look around for better terms with other suppliers. Look at your utility costs and go for better deals. Maybe refinance with the bank. See if you can get better interest rates. Now, whilst we're on the subject of overheads, let's talk about accounting fees. We're telling you to reduce your costs. So if you think your accountant is a cost, then you should cut them now. But if you want to work with your accountant as a strategic partner, then hopefully you'll think of them as an investment rather than a cost. And our goal at Conde Mathias is always to try to save you more in tax or help you grow your business way more than any costs we might charge you. So, to wrap up this session, remember, you have 4 possible actions you can take after listening to this workshop today. Do nothing. Say, well, that was interesting, but I think I'll just box on with what I've always done. Retreat. Say, wow, that sounded a bit scary and a bit hard. I think I'll go back and hide at work now. Take normal amounts of action. Say, yes, I need to do a plan, but I think I'll do it myself. This is most likely to lead to either retreating or doing nothing, or take a massive amount of action. Say, I get it. I know I need some help, and these guys, hopefully your accountant, know my business better than anyone else. They are your trusted advisors. And if planning and coaching is working for them, then I simply must do it myself. Now, of course, I would suggest that if you do want to take a massive amount of action, you note down the 4 most crucial actions which you need to take, which are on screen today, and put them in place today. I hope you found this video useful, and of course, if you want to do more, if you want to know more, my contact details are above. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope to hear from you soon.